I'm excited. Let's do this. Hey guys, I'm going on a trip today. Today is Sunday, so I'm just about to leave in order to head over to the train station. So I know I usually drive to work, but today like the weather is really bad, and honestly I don't really want to drive in all of the like rainfall that's going on here right now. I don't know if you've heard about the floods in the area. So Mario and we've been safe and stuff, but I know that there were many others that were not as fortunate with like rivers overflowing and that kind of stuff. So I know a lot of you have messaged me. You guys are awesome. Like, thank you for thinking of me when you heard this on the news. So we're definitely fine here, so we hope it stays that way. But also, like, Mario needs the car. We share a car, in case you didn't know that. So he needs the car on Wednesday. Like, he could have probably just borrowed his dad's car, but that would have been like more effort because he would have had to go over to his dad's place and get the car and return it and then walk back home. So I was just like, I'm just gonna take the train. Like, the times for this trip are pretty good. So currently it's 12:30 p.m. So I'm just gonna head over to the train station. My train leaves at 1:13 p.m. And then that gives me like 4 hours to get to the airport, which, yeah, it takes like 2 hours and 20 minutes. I just want to be early. Like, I wouldn't count on like the last train that gets there, because you never know, right? Like, train schedules are not that accurate sometimes. So I'm going to Frankfurt today. Well, I'm actually dead heading to Frankfurt. And then tomorrow I'm working the flight to Toronto, Canada. I'm really excited. I made it to our crew building, so I'm just on top of our crew parking lot basically. It's so empty here, there's like no one here. So I just decided to come up here because the weather is really good, and I just wanted to have my lunch up here because the view is great, and maybe I'll see some planes take off and land. So the train ride was very calm, like everyone was wearing their mask. It's actually mandatory for people to wear an N95 mask on the train I took, so it took me 2 hours and 20 minutes to get here, and then it took me about 15 minutes to get to the train station. So yeah, our flight time today is probably gonna be around 45 minutes, give or take. And then we're just staying at a hotel in Frankfurt until we're leaving tomorrow. Look, the sun's actually out and there are some planes over there. The airport's all the way over there. You can see the tower. Lunch with a view. Hey guys, I made it to Frankfurt safe and sound. It's currently 8 p.m. so we just got to the hotel. And you guys have probably seen this hotel a million times. I'm just gonna show you really quickly. Since it's already 8 p.m, I'm not gonna do anything today. I'm just gonna watch some Netflix. I thought about responding to some comments, but honestly, I'm tired. So I think I'm gonna do this tomorrow morning because I kind of wanna get back to a few of you guys. I'm working on getting back to everyone, but I don't have my laptop with me because I just didn't feel like bringing it. I'm only traveling with my hand luggage this time. So I didn't feel like bringing a big suitcase because it's a short trip. Like, I'll be back on Wednesday since we only have one night in Toronto, and actually my crew seems so nice. I think I know one girl. I actually met one of the girls I know from college, so I knew that she was a flight attendant. Like, we have never worked a trip together, but I knew that she was applying because she told me, like, before she applied, she was like, how do you like it? And she's been a flight attendant ever since. So that was really cool. I got to talk to her and the bus to the hotel, and then like everyone is so nice. I also met one of our pilots from the last flight, so I gave him some tips for his destination because he had never really been there. So I was like, hey, you need to go see that. He's not on this trip, but you guys know I do a lot of long haul flights, so I know my way around cities. Anyways, like, the weather is perfect here. The sun is about to set, so yeah, it's pretty bright here. But actually my room, I like that I think this is a queen size bed, and not those really, really small single beds. Apart from that, I'm just gonna show you around really quickly, and then I'm gonna chill for a bit and then go to bed. This is the entryway. Here we have my uniform, same as always. And then Here are some coffee and tea making facilities. There's a TV. There's the bed. Actually, the flight was really good today. Very smooth. Took 45 minutes until we arrived in Frankfurt. So I'm not right next to the road, which is good. And then I haven't peeked inside of the bathroom. But it's just... Okay, I think... there we go. There's a master switch. And then here is the bathroom. Just a standard bathroom pretty much. And a bathtub. Hey guys, good morning. Today is day 2 of my trip, so we're going to Toronto today. I expect the flight time to be around 8 hours, I'd say. Maybe a little less. We'll see. I'm really excited. I think I'll probably have like 23 hours in a hotel, which is not that long, but it still gives me enough time to explore. I'm really excited. I haven't been there in probably like 2 years, something like that. The last time I was in Canada was last summer. But then I was in Montreal and not in Toronto, so I'm excited. Let's do this. I don't know whether I'll get to work in economy or business class today. So my seniority on this trip is really low. I think there's like one person on our crew list that is below me in terms of like seniority. So I guess I'll just have to take whatever's left in terms of positions. So I prefer economy class because there's just a whole different kind of teamwork in economy class. While in business class, everyone is basically working their own service compartment by themselves. So yeah, that's why I prefer economy class, I think. So let's see. I'm hoping because economy class is pretty full today and business class, it's kind of full but not as full. So I'm hoping that some people are gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go to business class because it's not as full and maybe not that much work. So let's hope for that. I made it to Canada. I'm in Toronto right now. So it's currently 6:30 p.m. That means at home it's actually past midnight. I'm tired, you guys. I am, but like today it was so fun. Like my crew is such a lovely crew. They're amazing. Like every single one of them. Probably one of the best crews I ever had. So it turns out I actually knew 3 people from my crew. Like, you know, with names you sometimes forget. Even though I'm pretty good with names, I sometimes forget who I have worked with in the past. There's just so many lovely flight attendants, pursers, and pilots at my airline. So it's just like sometimes you forget their names, but when you see their face, you're like, we have worked together before. So yeah, that was fun. So the flight time today was 7 hours and 50 minutes, and the flight itself was smooth. There was a little bit of turbulence, but not much, and we had like a 1 hour and 30-minute break today, which was fine. And by the way, in case you're wondering why I'm flushed here and here, I have been wearing an N95 mask for quite a while, so the flight was pretty full today. So it was actually lots of work, but the passengers were so nice and kind. So the flight today was a very good experience. And yeah, I'm just tired right now. I slept in until 8 this morning, so I shouldn't be this tired, but whatever. I'm just gonna meet a few of my coworkers downstairs in a bit. So we're gonna walk over to the grocery store and just grab some stuff for like breakfast and stuff. And then tomorrow, I hope the weather is gonna be good. Like today, it's not that great. So I hope that tomorrow, at least in the morning, it's gonna be good so that I can go to Toronto Island. I really wanna go there again. It's so beautiful. So I'm gonna show you my room really quickly. Like, the room's fine. I have to be honest, this is not my favorite hotel in the world. It's okay. There are definitely hotels that are way worse, don't get me wrong, but it's not my favorite hotel. Like the last time I was here, my door was broken. Like anyone could have entered, and I only realized in the morning. So I've had a bad experience. So I think that's why I'm like, it's not my favorite thing, but it's gonna be fine for a night. So you walk inside here, my uniform, the dress as always, and then like the room itself, it looks kind of nice. I like the bed, and then I sat on there. That's why it looks that way. And then we have a TV right here, coffee and tea making facilities, And there is a balcony. Now, the thing is, it's kind of weird. Like, you have to step over this part here. Like, there we go. Oh, that view is actually not too bad. I've had worse. Me in the big city. And then this is the bathroom. A very small, like, basically you're sitting right inside of the door when you're in here. That's alright. And there is a sort of like rain shower here and a bathtub. I'm back from the store, so I'll show you what I bought. First of all, I bought edamame. So this is lightly cooked in season. Then I got some mangoes. I love mangoes. And then I bought some yogurt herbal. It's skyr. And I just realized there is no fridge in my room. So I gotta go and find an ice machine because I don't want it to go bad. I should have checked beforehand, but it didn't. Oh well. The fridge problem is fixed. I found an ice machine. So there's ice underneath here. And then there's also a lid to close it. Should be fine now. Good morning, guys. Today is day 2 in Canada and it's go home day. So I know this is a short trip, but then again, I mean 21 hours, you can still do some stuff, but some of you might wonder and be like, oh, 21 hours is plenty of time to explore. It's not, because I actually need to fit 2 nights of sleep into 21 hours. So that does not leave a lot of time because I was tired from the flight yesterday. When we got here, it was after midnight Austrian time, and now tonight we're actually doing the red-eye flight back to Frankfurt. So that means we're gonna be working the whole night. The flight is really full. Because of that, we actually probably won't have a really long break. So our breaks depend on how much work there is to do on a plane. It's fine, like I get paid for working, not for chilling in a crew rest. But still, like, that doesn't leave a lot of time to explore. But one of my coworkers and I, we want to go to Wards Island. So it's part of the Toronto Islands that are just outside of Toronto. The weather is not looking too good. Like, it's a little cloudy. I'm not sure. It actually looks a little foggy, so it might clear up later. And I'm trying to be back at the hotel at 11:30 at the latest. So I'll have like 2 or 3 hours on the island, which should give me plenty of time to explore. We had such a nice day today. I just got back to the hotel. It's currently 12 noon. So we were out for a couple hours and we went over to Wars Island first, and then we walked all the way over to Center Point and took the ferry back from there, because you can go to pretty much any of the ferry stops and just take another ferry back. So that's really cool. And the ticket was, I think it was $8.50 Canadian dollars, which is about $6 US, I believe. So pretty well priced in my opinion. So we had a lovely time just walking around. We went for a pretty long walk. My coworker had never been to Toronto before, so she was glad that I took her around. Hey, there's a bird on my balcony. That was weird. It just flew off. So I was like, what's going on out there? So on our way back, we were trying to find food, and well, we saw this one supermarket, but we thought there was one closer to the hotel, but like we couldn't find any. And then we didn't want to walk any further, and then we checked a couple of places like salad bars and stuff. Everything was closed. We went to a food court that only had one of the counters open. We were like, why is everything still closed here? Like I thought the numbers, like the COVID numbers, were really good, but I guess not everything has reopened yet. So we were trying to find food, and we were like, okay, let's just go to McDonald's, because it was right in front of us. We were just so sick of looking for food. So this sounds really bad, right? So we ended up just going there. So my coworker, she wanted to get a salad. They didn't have any. Like, is that not a normal thing? I don't really go to McDonald's usually, but I know that they have salads in Austria and Germany, and I was like, is that not a thing here in Canada? And how about the US? Do they have salads at McDonald's? Because they have different ones in Austria. I was like, yeah, surprised. So anyways, I actually have to eat my food now. I have to go to bed soon because it is already 12 noon and our pickup time today is 3:50 p.m. So that means I'll have like 2.5 hours for sleeping now, and then I have to get ready. So yeah, it's quite a tight schedule, but I had so much fun here, and it was just nice like being here and strolling around Toronto. This was such a fun layover. It was kind of short, yes, but that doesn't matter. It was still fun nevertheless. So I expect the flight time to be around 7 hours for the return flight actually to Frankfurt, and then about 45 minutes for the flight to Munich. I'm only gonna be deadheading to Munich, so I'm only gonna be working the Toronto to Frankfurt flight. It's probably gonna be fun. At least that's what I expect it to be. And it's gonna be a red-eye flight, so that means we're gonna be working the whole night. And I'm going to work the galley position today in economy class, so I am working the fore left position, which means I'm just gonna be in charge of the galley while also doing meal service in economy class, and then once that's done, helping out with beverage service. So I mean, my seniority was pretty low and no one really wanted to do the galley, so I was like, I'll do it, because that meant I was gonna be in economy class. So yeah. The galley position is not my favorite position on a plane, but then again, I feel like I'm pretty good at it, so I don't really know why I don't do this more often. Probably because you need to do a stores list when you go to like Canada and stuff, so that means you need to list all of the alcoholic beverages that are on board, and it takes time, and that's why a lot of time on this route you don't have someone wanting to do the galley, but that's okay, like I'll do it. Anyways, let's go. You guys, I made it back home safe and sound, so the flight time was 7 hours. So it was quite a short flight, to be honest. It took us a while to take off because there was weather in Toronto, so it was just like thunderstorms coming in, so we had to wait for them to actually give us okay to start. But we made it to Frankfurt pretty much almost on time. But yeah, it was just, we were waiting, we were like, how long do we have to wait on a runway? But anyways, I mean, that actually gave us more block time. But then again, it's not like it matters because I'm not flying overtime at the moment, so just it doesn't matter. So the flight itself was pretty calm. There was no turbulence whatsoever. The flight itself was exhausting because we had pretty much a fully booked plane. But it was a fun flight nevertheless, and my team was amazing. Like, it was just like teamwork was awesome. So I worked the galley position once again. So that means I'm actually in charge of like taking over the galley from the caterer, just checking if everything's there. We had so many special meals, so you have to check every single one of them if it's here. Because like if someone orders a gluten-free or a kosher meal or something and you don't have it there, it's kind of hard to like substitute that because you just can't, you know? Like for gluten-free, okay, you might find something, but that's not what a passenger wants, right? Like if they order a special meal, they obviously want that special meal. So you flight attendants need to make sure that it's actually there. So I had to check many meals for like first and second service, but everything was perfect when it came to catering. And like the meal itself in economy class was so good. We had mac and cheese with some tomatoes on top, and it was just so good. So we had a few extra meals. So I had like 3 of those 10 meals. And I mean, I actually had to take the train home, and I was on a deadhead flight from Frankfurt to Munich, and due to all of that, it actually took me a while to get back home. So I think I got back home at like 2 p.m. So I made good time, but still, I didn't want to get home starving. And now it's so hot outside, which is why I'm wearing a tank top. But we are just gonna order some food. To be honest, I don't care about cooking tonight because it's super hot outside and I don't want to heat up our apartment because actually, well, the temperature inside is good, but if I start cooking, it's gonna get hot and I'm just tired, so I don't feel like cooking today. So yeah, I think we're just gonna order something, I don't know, like sushi, pizza or something like that. We're still deciding. But this was a really fun trip. I mean, I wasn't gone for that long. Yeah, I mean, it was a quick stopover in Toronto, but I had so much fun like exploring, and I really like the islands. You guys have probably noticed that I do this a lot on my layovers. Like in Seattle, I went to Bainbridge Island. Here I went to Toronto Island. It's a fun thing, and if you are like on a ferry ride, you can see all of those views, like the skyline. I live for those views. I thought this was a really cool trip, and I mean, usually I don't bid on trips like this one just because it doesn't give me enough hours. So I like to bid on trips that get me a lot of hours. So I like to do less trips with more hours and more duty days, if that makes sense, so that I don't have to commute between Salzburg and Munich all the time. I've been asked this question many times before, why I don't move to Munich. That's just not something I want to do. I love living here, and me moving to Munich is probably something that never happened. So it's just a personal choice. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this trip. I hope you guys enjoyed the sights on this trip. I had a window seat on the flight back, so that was really cool. And actually, sitting next to me were passengers from my Toronto flight. So I was like, hey, weren't you guys just on a plane from Toronto? And they were like, yeah, we thought you looked familiar. So that was really cool. So I got to talk to them for a bit, and they were really nice passengers. They were amazing. So I had some interesting conversations on the way from Frankfurt to Munich, and then yeah, the train ride went well. It was kind of hot on the train, but can't change that. And by the way, walking back from the train station to here, it takes me about 15 minutes. People were looking at me like I was an animal in a zoo, who were just staring because I was still in uniform because of the border, and they actually did check for like vaccination records or negative COVID tests. There were a lot of soldiers standing there who did those checks at the train station here in Salzburg. I mean, I'm exempt, so it's just like, well, flight attendants, so they just let me through due to that. But I mean, I had everything with me that I needed anyways, and I went and got tested at the airport and my test came back negative, so all good. But yeah, so I think I'm just gonna end this vlog right here. I actually have to edit it this week because I don't have another video edited already. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. And if you're not subscribed to my channel yet and you like my videos, make sure that you click on that red button down there, and also make sure that you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, because it really does help me and my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have an amazing week. I hope you're all enjoying your summer. I hope many of you are able to go on vacation. I'm really excited for my vacation coming up in September, so I can't wait. Like, everyone around me is going on vacation right now, and I'm like, I mean, I got to travel, yeah, but it's not the same thing as going on vacation with like your friends and family and that kind of stuff. So I'm just really excited for that. So I hope that things will be good. Like, the whole situation, the pandemic will be good in September. We'll see which country we can go to. But yeah, have a wonderful week, you guys, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.